for joining me here as we talk about the makeup line by Young Living Savvy Minerals. This look that I am currently wearing, I created using all Savvy Minerals products. I know that the line is fairly new and not a lot of videos exist out there about it, so I wanted to hop on here and make a tutorial for you guys. I think this makeup line is super awesome. You really know what all you're putting on your skin, what all is going into your body. The fewer the ingredients, the better the product. This line is jam-packed with oils and it is super user-friendly. I know a lot of people think that mineral makeup is not user-friendly, but it totally is. A reason that I was skeptical to use the Savvy Mineral line is because I prefer a full coverage makeup look, which I found out that I could achieve using the Savvy Minerals line. So if you like this look and want to see how I achieved it, just keep watching. Hey guys, so the first step that I do when I use my Savvy Minerals is I prime my face with this skin concoction that I made. What is in here is vitamin E, patchouli, frankincense, lavender, lemon, and a little bit of cedar wood. So I have already put that all over my face and I've let it set in a little bit. So I am used to using very full coverage foundation. I like the way it looks, I like the way it hides some imperfections, so I have actually found a tip or trick as to how to make your mineral foundation full coverage. So what I'm gonna do is I start by taking a little bit of my moisturizer just in a glass and I mix I'm using the shade Warm 2 in the Savvy Minerals foundation. So I just take a little bit of my foundation and I mix it in with my moisturizer, not very much at all, just a tiny bit. And you can use a clean makeup brush, but I just have these little wooden sticks. So I just mix that up all together and you'll see how now we kind of have like a tinted moisturizer. So I am just going to take that and put that all over my face. And I just rub this in with my hands. And this gives your mineral foundation something to stick to and gives you a little bit of color. So after I have put my tinted moisturizer on, you can see it gave me a little bit of color and that will give our foundation something to stick to. I am going to get out our misting spray that comes in the kit, and I actually love this. Sometimes I use this as a primer and I use it to set my face too. The best part about this is the ingredients are all right here. It is jam-packed with oils and you know exactly what is going on your skin. That is one of the big things as to why I wanted to get into the Savvy Minerals, is because I think it's really important for you to take care of your skin and to know what you're putting on your body. So I am going to get, this is the Savvy Minerals foundation brush. Whoa, looks like it still has some powder on it. So I am just going to take my foundation and put a little bit in the lid, like so. And I am going to spray my brush with the misting spray. So I did 3 sprays and I kind of fan it out. You don't want it to be like soaking wet, but you don't want it to not be wet enough. So then I just take some foundation and I start working it in circular motions. And I go over it 2 times. So the first time I just kind of do it rough. I don't like really watch where I'm going. I just start rubbing in circles and start to build the color. I have some redness and it does pretty well to cover it. See, after the second coat it really starts to get covering. So this is what it looks like after the first coat. Like I said, I do like a full coverage look, so I am going to go in and do another coat of this. This is totally optional. And if you don't like to wear a lot of makeup, you definitely can skip this step. But I mean, this is the great part about this is even if you have a lot on, it doesn't feel like it because it's a mineral foundation. This is absolutely perfect for summer. Oh my gosh. You don't have that like liquid foundation. You know how when you go outside, if you live in Oklahoma anyways, you just feel like your face weighs 1,000 pounds and it's the worst. This is so light. So now I have my foundation built up how I like it. Well, so I have like a blemish right here on my nose, so I'm just taking some of that foundation and I'm just gonna pat it right there on it and brush the excess away to cover up that. See how well that covers up your redness? And I always thought that mineral foundation wouldn't be able to cover blemishes and redness, and it totally can if you apply it correctly. Okay, so now I'm going to take my exact same foundation brush. I'm not even going to dust it off or anything. And I'm going to take the shade Warm 1. And this is just a little bit lighter of a shade because I like to make my under eyes and in the middle of my forehead and chin a little bit lighter than the rest of my face. So I'm just going to spray my brush again and take a little bit of this. I definitely wouldn't get as much of this lighter color as you would your normal color because this tends to be a little intense. So I'm just going to apply this under my eyes. You see how much brighter already this side is? Looks so much better. And in the middle of my forehead. Okay, so now my face is bright and I look awake, but I look kind of washed out, so now I'm going to take my bronzer. This is the color Summer Loved, and this is where it comes in handy to have two foundation brushes. If you get the opportunity to get two, I definitely would, but if you only have the one, that's totally fine. You actually don't have to dust it off for this part. I would just make sure that you clean your brush really well after, so the next time you go to put on your foundation, it's not like super dark. So I'm going to take my foundation brush that I haven't used yet. And for this process, I'm actually not going to wet my brush because this bronzer is really intense and dark. And it is easy to get too much. Okay, so this bronzer goes such a long way that this may even be too much. So I'm going to very lightly, oh gosh, and get as much excess off as you can. So that's just not very much at all. You want to start small because you can always add more, but you can't take it away. So I am just going to, if you guys like to contour, I do, you know, make it look a little bit skinnier. I'm just going to start back and lightly go forward. You can do this if it helps, like on your cheekbones.
I'm going to take a little bit and put it on my forehead. Make my forehead look a little bit smaller. My hair's a little crazy.
So this brush is so big, it's so huge. So this is the Veil brush, and I like to just go over my face like this, just to make sure everything is blended together pretty well before I get my blush. Okay, so now that I'm all bronzed up, I'm going to add some color. This blush is called I Do Believe You're Blushin', and it is a shimmery blush. I'm just gonna put some of that in the lid. And then this right here is the Savvy Minerals blush brush, and I am gonna go ahead and use that for my blush. And a little bit goes a long way with this as well. This is another one of those things that you can always add more, but you can't take it away. Next, I am going to take and highlight with the Diamond Dust. And this is so beautiful and so intense. It's just, look at that. It's so bright. So a little bit of this goes a long way, unless you want people to be able to like see you from the moon. But if that's your thing, you go ahead and you do it. So I am going to use a foundation brush again, and I'm just going to spray it a little bit. You really don't want your brush to be that wet for this process. I got mine too wet because it picks up a lot of product. So I'm just going to highlight right here. Over here. And I'm just going to take a little bit and put it on the tip of my nose. And then right above my lips. So next I'm going to do my eyebrows, and this is something that I was really nervous about when it came to Savvy Minerals because I am not used to using a powder on my eyebrows. I am very used to using a pencil, and like I said, I'm very set in my ways, but the Multitasker by Savvy Minerals is the perfect color for my eyebrows. It is super easy to work with, and I really don't have any complaints, and I'm super excited that I started to use it. So this is the Savvy Minerals eyebrow brush, and I'm just going to comb my eyebrows, comb through them. And then this is the eyeliner brush. It has a skinny end and a angled end, and I am actually going to use this angled end for my eyebrows. So, whoa, this comes out so fast, but like you can see, it's a really nice chocolatey brown shade. And I do not wet my brush for the purposes of this, just because it gets a little bit intense. So I'm just going to brush through it a little bit so it's not so straight across. Ugh, I should have filmed this eyebrow. This is my good eyebrow over here. Okay, so now that my eyebrows are done, I am going to go ahead and do my eyeshadow. And so I am going to prime my eyes with a little bit of the Young Living chapstick. And this is the lavender. I'm just going to use my finger and apply that to my eyelid as a base. So I'm going to start with the eyeshadow Best Kept Secret. It is just a matte nude color, and I am just going to take a blending brush that I have and put that all over my eye. And the chapstick really does help keep your eyeshadow in place all day. So this does have a little bit of a color to it, as you can see. It's a really good transition shade to use. I definitely would say that this is a must-have color. Next, I am going to take Crushin. It is a pinky color. It has a little bit of shimmer to it, and I'm going to keep using that same blending brush. And I'm going to keep this lower, but still go all over my lid with that. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Wanderlust. It is a lighter cream color with a shimmer. And I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger and put some of that on my lid. You don't have to worry about blending this in just yet. Okay, so now that you're looking a little crazy, I'm going to take the Savvy Minerals eyeshadow brush with nothing on it and just kind of blend this in a little bit, keeping it low on your eyelid, just to make this part a little bit brighter. And while I still have it open and I have my brush out, I'm going to take a little bit of that as well and go ahead and put that up here on my brow bone. So this eyeshadow could definitely be done right here. This is a super pretty neutral look that you could wear daily, but I am going to add a little bit of Unscripted. It's kind of a plum color, and just darken up the outer corners just a little bit. So maybe you could wear this, like if you were going to work, this would be a great daytime look. And if you were going to go out to dinner or go out with your friends, you could just grab your Unscripted and add a little bit to the outer corners of your eye to spice it up and make it just a little tiny bit darker. And I am using that same exact blending brush as I have been. So not too dark. My sidekick has came to join me, you guys. Say hi, sister. Now I'm going to go back in with the Savvy Minerals eyeshadow brush and a little bit of Crushin and just put a little tiniest bit of that under my eye. Okay, so now it's time for the part that I feel like most people are the most fearful about, which is eyeliner. And this is the Savvy Minerals eyeliner in the color Jet Setter. And I have my Savvy Minerals eyeliner brush, and I'm going to use the angled end. This end would be really great if you were doing a cat eye, but today I'm just going to do the normal, everyday eyeliner. I did have a lot of people in the Good Life and Modern Oiler ask me if I would eventually do a cat eye tutorial, and I absolutely will, just not today. So I am going to take, this is really super black, which I like in an eyeliner, but it can be a little bit scary at first to work with. So I am going to take this is my veil, and I'm just going to spray the lid so I don't spray it directly on my brush. And I'm going to get it that wet. And I am going to pick up, all of that is right there, so I'm going to start down here and get a little bit of this. And I am just going to stay as close to my eye as I can. Get a little bit more. And every time I get more product, I get my brush wet again. I'm actually used to using liquid eyeliner, and I was really worried about using this. And this mineral eyeliner is far easier to use than liquid eyeliner. So if you are nervous about it, this is actually the best place for you to start with eyeliner. It's super user friendly. So the top of my eyeliner is done. Like I said, it was super easy, and I feel like even if you're a beginner with eyeliner, that this is a great place for you to start. I know a lot of people like to put black eyeliner on their waterline, but I do not like the way that makes my eyes look. I think it makes me look a little bit tired. So I am going to take the other end of the eyeliner brush, the skinny one, and I am going to, I only use this chapstick for makeup purposes, just so you guys know. I'm going to run that over the chapstick again, and then I am going to take Wanderlust and put it on this brush like so, and I am going to put it on my waterline. I think that makes your eye look so much brighter. I feel like when we use black to put in our waterline, that it kind of, I don't know, makes you look a little bit tired. When this, it just brightens up everything, and it makes you look wide awake. Okay, so now I'm going to take the diamond dust, and I'm just going to take it on my finger and put a little bit in the corners of my eyes to highlight with. So pretty. I love this. I am going to slap on some mascara really quick. Okay, so now my mascara is on. Unfortunately, the Savvy Minerals mascara is currently out of stock. It is May 31st currently, 2018. So we are all sitting around waiting for that to get back in stock. I hope it will be soon. So next I am going to do my lips. I am going to use the color Daydream and Uptown Girl. I am going to start with Uptown Girl. It is a kind of like a metallic plummy color. And this could be a lot darker on your lips. I'm not pressing down very hard at all. I really like these lipsticks because they don't have a weird smell or a weird texture. And so then I'm going to take Daydream. And this is like a champagne-y color. And I'm going to put that on the inside middle, just right here. So that is just a lipstick. I am going to go over it with a gloss. This gloss is the color Abundant. Just to add some shimmer. This does have a smell. This is really minty and refreshing. I really love this. It's not sticky, it's super light, and it feels so good on your lips. Hey sis. Okay, so this is the final look. I love this makeup. And like I said, I was super skeptical at first because I am not used to using mineral foundation. I am set in my ways when it comes to makeup, but I'm super excited that I was talked into giving this a try. I highly recommend it, and I will definitely be using this from here on out. Let me know if you guys have any questions or if there is any looks that you guys would like to see using the Savvy Minerals makeup line, or if there is any looks that you guys want me to try. I would love to see those. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, just leave them below. I would love to hear from you guys. And have a good night.